Hey there, welcome back to another video. In an attempt to add a bit of entertainment value to my otherwise serious YouTube channel about philosophy and personality systems, I'm going to do the zodiac signs as mental health disorders. This is, for entertainment, but I'm also seeking to give you a description of each of the archetypal energies that are represented by the zodiac signs as what their potential whenever they go wrong, whenever they're expressed in a negative sort of way or a low sort of level of consciousness, right? And before I begin, just so you know, I'm not claiming that because you have one of these signs as your sun sign or as your dominant sign that you're prone in any way to being diagnosed with any of these health conditions. It's just kind of like an entertaining way to look at the extreme negative side of each of the signs expressions. So first, Aries as a mental health disorder would be ADHD. Aries is full of embodied physical energy and is a very impulsive energy and often just doesn't know when to stop and has trouble holding its attention on one thing at any given time. So ADHD is really the full expression of the negative side of Aries when pushed to the extreme. Taurus is compulsive eating disorder. Taurus loves physical sensation and material reality. And almost everyone I know who's a Taurus rising, for example, sleep eats. They wake up in the middle of the night and they just in their sleep, they open the fridge or open the cabinet and just clean out all the snacks that they have. Depends what else is going on in their life. Sometimes that's an indicator of like mild anxiety or depression or something like that. But yeah, compulsive eating disorder. Taurus loves food. They love physical sensation and the senses. Gemini bipolar. Gemini is represented by the twins. Having a chit chat, having a debate with each other, and Geminis do tend to have multiple personalities, at least two at any given time that they can toggle between. So you don't always know which side of your Gemini friend you're going to get, whether it's manic and or depressive. Of course, depends on what else is going on in their life. But yeah, it's negative manifestation. Geminis are totally bipolar. Cancer, borderline personality disorder. In their attempt to give and nurture to others, they're not always sure about where they end and another person begins, so they can lose their identity in that nurturing. Remember, Cancer is the mother of the zodiac or the maternal energy of the zodiac. So a mother can lose herself in nurturing her children, her husband, etc. So a borderline personality disorder for Cancer. Leo, grandiose narcissism. As the ruler of the sun, Leo, for better and for worse, is the biggest ego of the zodiac. So has a tendency to think very highly of itself and to have a need to be the center of attention. But at the same time, they do have a very strong sense of self, which is good. So in contrast with Cancer, they know very well where they end and other people begin, but sometimes all too well at expense of other people's existence. So Leo, grandiose narcissism. Virgo, OCD. We know that being the natural ruler of Mercury, Virgos are very detail oriented, and they're all about fine tuning things, turning the dials until things are just right. And they have a tendency to miss the forest for the trees and overthink the details at expense of the big picture. So Virgo at its worst manifestation, totally OCD. Libra, chronic indecisiveness. I don't know if this is an actual mental health disorder, but Libra is all about balancing things and can often get caught between a rock and a hard place. And that results in their being indecisive, and they can lose their sense of self in trying to find the right balance between two things that indeed may not have a perfect balance or even any relation between them. So Libra is a very people-pleasing sign because they're always kind of trying to, play that mediator between two extremes. So that leads to chronic indecision. Scorpio, antisocial personality disorder. Scorpio is very self-obsessed, deep, private, reclusive, and quite possessive and obsessive at its low manifestation. And antisocial personality disorder is actually a mild kind of narcissism. And Scorpio just expresses the introverted side of that which Leo more outwardly negatively expresses, which is external grandiose narcissism. So we could say that Scorpio is either, APD or perhaps covert narcissism, which is more reclusive and seeks to control others and hold itself as the center of the universe through more passive aggressive means of control and possessiveness. So Scorpio, antisocial personality disorder, or perhaps even covert narcissism. I'm not saying those are the two same things, but maybe it speaks to the essence of the negative manifestation of Scorpio that I'm sure we're all familiar with, because they get a bad rap, wrongly in most cases, but that we could describe their negative manifestation in terms of two different major personality disorders or mental health disorders. Scorpios. Sagittarius, psychopathy, straight up. So Sag, they're huge lollapaloozers. They love to have a good time. They border on hedonism, and they use their intellect and their ability to see big ideas, the big picture, and to talk about those things and play devil's advocate in debate as an overcorrection for the fact that they don't actually care about you and they don't actually care about your position and sometimes even your existence. So in their seeking concepts and the ether realm, they're very much giving up their sensitivity toward the feelings of other people. So Sagittarians tend to be quite psychopathic in that way, or at least sociopathic. Capricorn kind of has an opposite problem. Depression, just going with flat out depression for Capricorn. In being the least outwardly expressive and emotional energy of the zodiac, what ends up happening is that they bottle things up and they let it build, and they don't like to ask for help, so they turn inward and try to deal with those things themselves. But if they don't have enough experience and reference for dealing with their emotions outwardly, then they're going to tend to repress a lot of things and just become depressed. So Capricorn, depression. Aquarius, compulsive lying disorder. Aquarius really wants to be different. They really want to be unique. But in order to be unique, it follows that there is a group of people required to exist for them to be unique in contrast to. So in trying to be independent and cool and special, they're actually being dependent on the existence of other people. So it makes them hard to kind of think for themselves. So what they do is they construct stories and narratives about themselves and about the world around them to sort of come off as special, cool, interesting, unique, independent, even quirky or weird. So in that construction of their own reality, in which they are, the cool sort of, hero of their own myth, they compulsively lie about all the details of reality. At their low manifestation. At their higher manifestation, they can be, quite scientific minds, but we're not talking about the good things here. And then Pisces, schizophrenia. In a way, Pisces is sort of the most developed of the signs and kind of the most spiritual too. To be cultivated is to be spiritual in character. And that is to have a perspective that other people don't have. And Pisces people are definitely out there, people with big Pisces energy, and they tend to have perspectives that most people not only don't understand, but don't even see the detail of. So Pisces has this weird schizophrenic type of view of reality that makes them quite special, and at their high manifestation, very unique and prophetic even. But at their low manifestation, this can result in schizophrenia and serious mental health issues. Uh, anyway, that's the signs as mental health disorders. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one, guys. Cheers.